My name is Finnegan Dean on NYFL Public News. Before we go, let's take a look at one of the only known newscasts from June 6, 1944.
Are we live? Good morning, America. My name is Melvin Dean, and I will be your host today on NYFL Public News. Today, we will first have a detailed live account of the Normandy invasion from Miss Irene Gray, followed by a broader look on how the war is going for America, led by newscaster Lloyd Adams. And finally, some ways in which to support the war from home with well-known home scientist Veronica Ames. Now, to Irene. What exactly are you seeing out in Normandy, Miss Gray?
Well, just bits and pieces, really. Around 6:30 a.m., there were an immense amount of planes flying overhead and loads of gunfire, and what I could only assume were bombs being dropped or mines going off. Looking out the window now, I cannot tell whether the attacks were successful or not. All I know is that the battle has died down, at least on Omaha Beach, where I'm stationed. And these are bodies everywhere. Car jeepers! Everywhere! It is currently 10 a.m. and any hope of a quick escape has been squashed. We landed at 5:34 a.m. and our plane was blown up at 8 a.m. by German forces. Since then, I've been holed up in this French basement with a direct view of Omaha Beach. In fact, looking out the window now, I see, Sam? What is that? Is that what I think that is?
Irene, get down! Irene, are you there? Well, since Irene was cut out, I will have to lead you to Lloyd Adams, who will tell us how the war is going in France. Lloyd?
Yes, thank you. So far what we know, thanks to our airplane radioers, is that at about 5 a.m. Eastern Time, the Allied ships began to near the shore, and the British planes started bombing the shores shortly after. At 6:30, amongst hundreds of corpses floating in that water, our troops began to dismount and flood the shores of Normandy, France, only to be met with relentless German artillery and machine guns. It is now 10:06 a.m. and the battle has died down slightly, but it's a miracle that there are any Allied troops still standing. Though due to America's resilience, I'm sure that we will triumph. Now, to keep faith in our hearts, a rendition of the national anthem before we hear from home scientist Veronica Ames right here in New York.
While it is a beautiful, sunny afternoon today in New York, the same cannot be said for the battles on the beaches of France. To keep our spirits high and hope in the air, let's hear from Veronica Ames. Veronica, will you please tell us what it is the ladies at home can do while our men are abroad?
Well now, aren't you dull dizzy, or is it just me? Now, me and a few other women had some brainchilds, and we thought that we'd share them with you right-minded dames. Now, we know just how hard it can be staying up all night, not knowing when your husbands and children will come home, and that's why we've put a good amount of our working women into the production of this killer Dylan. We call him the Shoulder Soldier. Now, instead of staying up all night, you can give your loved ones the hug you both deserve. The Shoulder Soldier. Buy him or her today at your local furniture store for just 43 cents. Half of the profit goes into providing the necessary food and weapons for our soldiers on the front lines. With your new pillow buddy, you will no longer be truly lonely while alone. Our soldiers will come back, and when they do, remember to properly dispose of your shoulder soldier It'll be our little secret. While it's true that many of our women are out fighting and nursing alongside the men, for the rest of us, this simply isn't possible. After all, someone has to look after the house. Since we must stay home, there's one other vital way to keep your fellow Americans alive and the guilt off your conscience. You can purchase war bonds. Every payday, put in at least 10%. Together, we will prevail. Thank you.
Thank you for watching NYFL Public News Today. We hope you have an amazing afternoon, and make sure to tune in tomorrow for more great news coverage.